Alright guys, welcome back to day 2 of the 21-day FontanaFit challenge. So we've done day 1. Day 1 was how to prepare for the online classes and also the upper body 30-minute class as well. So if you've not done that, I suggest you get those done before you move on to day 2. Alright, so day 2 is a rest day. Day 3 we move on to lower body day for 30 minutes. So I asked today the big question, why are you wanting to get fitter? Why do you want to get stronger? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to embark on a health and fitness journey? Because ultimately that's going to separate the people who do get their goals and also maintain to the people who don't get their goals, or also the people that get their goals but then fall back into their old habits. And this usually separates the people from the idea and the illusion that you do want to lose weight and you do want to get strong and you do want to, get leaner, and any of these sort of health and fitness goals that we have. Some people just like the idea of it, and then when it comes to the actual doing of the work, your why isn't strong enough to carry you through the suffering and the sacrifice and the uncomfortableness that getting fitter and getting healthier may bring, because you have to step out your comfort zone. So ultimately, why? Is it for family? Is it for your kids? Is it for your personal satisfaction? Is it just literally you want to do it for you? Is it for aesthetics? Do you just want to look good on the superficial side? But again, that's looking at more sort of fitness and performance, looking good superficially, aesthetically, than just because you're looking good outside doesn't mean to say you're actually healthy on the inside. And then also, are you doing this to compete to a high level as well? So again, ultimately, I genuinely find that most of you guys out there that I'm coaching, that I'm training, is you want to do it for your family, you want to be around longer for your kids, you want to see your grandkids grow up as well, and you're also doing it because there's a little bit of a personal, something that you deep down that you want to achieve personally on a deeper level. A lot of my clients don't really do it for aesthetics, they don't really do it for competition, and if they did, usually, again, because that's superficial and it's external instead of internal, you're usually, if the why isn't really strong and get that anchor in it, you're not gonna keep going when the going gets tough through those bad days. You might turn up on the good days, but at the end of the day, personally, being an athlete, competing for my country, competing in America and the collegiate system in Colorado, you have more bad days than you have good days when you're pursuing fitness, when you're trying to get healthier, you're trying to get fitter, you're trying to get stronger. So you need to make sure that why is robust and it's strong, and you know exactly why you're going through the suffering, the uncomfortableness and the pain to get to where you want to go, and also maintain it as well. So trying to make it a lifestyle instead of a fad. And like I was saying with the bad days, we don't all want to wake up and either go for a run in the pouring rain or the blowing gale. We don't want to lift weights because we're maybe tired from a long day at work. But again, if you've got that why behind you, you will get it done even when you don't feel like it, and that's what separates the good from the great. So again, making sure it's strong, and maybe what's my why? I always ask, what my clients want, but what does a coach want? And I'm going to tell you right now, I want to build the FontanaFit business to as high as it can go, day by day, just one foot in front of the other. I don't really get too ahead on what maybe other companies are doing, other gyms are doing, other personal trainers are doing. I'm just going to do me. I'm going to be creative in my own way, and each day slowly improve, and hopefully when I pick my head up in 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years time, I can look back and go, holy shit, look how far we've come. And that ultimately starts with you guys that are in the FontanaFit program, training with me, being coached by me, taking care of you guys at the ground level, and then taking you with me on the way up as well. And that's the personal side, the business side. The personal side is I want to represent my country, I want to represent Scotland, and I want to represent Great Britain. So these are why. These are sort of the superficial whys. But how far are you willing to go? And to be honest, even my wife will tell you, my family, my friends, I'm probably willing to die to get where I want to go in athletics. And I'm really willing to go through, back at the start of my journey, a lot of my clients will know, I had 2 root canal infections. I was still turning up to work. One of my clients gave me, if you're watching this, gave me fresh clothes to bite down on to try and take the pain away from the teeth in my gums while I was coaching my clients in the gym. So think about this. A lot of people, when they've got toothache or a cold or sniffles, will probably take a day off. I had 2 root canal infections. I had an abscess on my left hand side. I looked like a bloody chipmunk. And my clients gave me some cloves. They brought them in and I stuck them under both my teeth to try and take the pain away. As a sort of, I guess it's an old folk sort of painkiller, the clove oil and things like that. What I take into my business is what I've learned through running, and that's that you've got to be willing to suffer and go through pain. I guess everybody's got their own pain tolerance as well, but I'm trying to tell you how bad I want it, and also how bad I want it for you guys as well watching this video. The reason you're watching this is because you want to be motivated and you want to be inspired to change your life. I'm here to give you that. But then once this video goes off and you get back to your life, what are you going to do then? Are you going to make better decisions through the day? Almost into a reverse domino effect. So I don't want to talk about dominoes going down the way, but when you do good things, it actually goes in a crescendo where you start making better choices each and every day, and you don't want to let a bad choice sort of siphon that good work. The next thing is, why have I got to the place where I feel so strongly about my why, even when I'm injured, clients cancel on you, they rearrange, they don't get to their goals, they say they want to get fit but they don't really, they take up lots of your time, they maybe look at you as a psychologist instead of a personal trainer or a coach, and you need to make sure that you are, again, they are your number one care through the training sessions, through the time that they're with you as clients. And how do you deal with all that sort of stuff being lapped on your shoulders? Again, your why's got to be stronger than anything. It's got to be your foundation. So where's my why come from? It comes from probably 13 to 14 years. Well, not 13 to 14 years of being bullied, but since you get to primary school, maybe before that actually. I was brought up in Drumchapel, really rough part of Glasgow, and then moved to Maryhill, another rough part of Glasgow, and I get bullied all the way up until I was 13, 14 years old for being obese as a kid. Was in fights, people pulling on my man boobs, calling me fat bastard, fat shit, fat all these names under the sun, pulling on my man boobs, slapped me in the face because I had fat cheeks and whatever like that. Always last pick for football, last pick for sports day, always finish last at the sports day sprint at the end. Wasn't popular with the girls either. So I decided, you know what, enough's enough, and I'm gonna, the pain of being overweight, obese as a kid was now outweighing the pleasure of the healthy foods that I was having, the unhealthy foods that I was having. What I mean by that is, we'll get into this tomorrow, the pain pleasure scale, is once you know that McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Pizza Hut, Domino's, all these things are in the long run bad for you, but when the pleasure outweighs the pain by just 1%, you're always going to do it even though the pain is there. And once that flips, you'll make a change. So the crisps, the sweets, the fizzy juice, the kebabs, the curries, the chippies, all those things, the pleasure, now it became more painful than it did pleasurable for me. I had to cut them out of my diet, and I went through, I went through bulimia, I went through starving myself. I done it the wrong way, and hence that's why I'm in this game now. I want to make sure that I can change people's lives, and so they don't make the same mistakes I did, and they can do it in a healthier, more efficient and effective way. And I also then don't want my kids, when I become a father, hopefully, I'm already a dad just now. This wee guy, look at this wee guy, wee Simba. Say hi. He's just resting. Also, I don't want my kids to go through what I went through when I was a kid growing up. Yeah, it might have been, you know, it might have been fate, you could call it, to make me as tough as I am now. But at the same time, there's a lot of kids that go through the same experiences I went through, and they've went the other way. They've not been maybe strong enough, or had the support network, or had the sort of timing, maybe the sort of the right message at the right time in the right frame of mind. Sometimes when the bad message comes through at the bad time, when you're in a bad frame of mind, you can look at the same mess and it not get the same message from it. So maybe timing played a massive part. I don't know, but all I do know is I won't let my children go through the same sort of adversity in that sense of getting bullied because you're overweight and unhealthy and last pick. I will make sure in all my power that I can set up a better and a more healthy lifestyle for them than I had. And that's not taking anything away from my parents. It was just that they were feeding me out of love, and that I was actually really selfish as a kid. And if I didn't, you know, basically get the food that I wanted, the sort of the curries or the McDonald's or the Burger Kings or KFC, I would cry and kick and scream until I was blue in the face. And I think my mum and dad thought that my health kick was just going to be, you know, short-lived. But because of the amount of pain that went through, and they didn't see that. They maybe saw the, you know, the bruises on my face and my body from being in and out of fights. That they didn't see the day-to-day sort of in here, the turmoil I was going through. And I don't ever want that to happen to my kids. So I'll give them the best information, the sort of the best life that I can in a health way, but ultimately they've also got to make the decisions themselves when they walk out the door and they, you know, they're out with their friends and they want to, you know, have a McDonald's or a Burger King here and there. But just as long as, if they can be as much healthy in the house as they can be, then it means that those treats won't affect them as much when they have them. So again, you've just got to have that balance, and I feel that balance isn't glorified anymore. I feel it's extremism. You know, you have to be a vegan, you have to be meat free, you have to be paleo, you have to be a crossfitter, you have to be, you know, dairy free, carb free, you know, carnivore. That it just, we can't just be nice and balanced. Balance doesn't get you likes and followers and shares all on Instagram anymore. It's all about that extremism and pushing your beliefs onto somebody. I genuinely believe that you have your own belief system. You can give people advice, not push your beliefs on them. Like I'm saying, what's your why? I'm telling you my why to get me to where I am today and beyond. But what works for me, what worked for you? So you've got to find that sort of deep-rooted why in your life, in your mind, that will help you go through those bad days. So hopefully this video helps. Hopefully it can help engage people to be a bit more self-aware of why they're doing things. And yeah, hopefully you get some, hopefully you've been motivated, inspired, and you've enjoyed me sharing a little bit of my story and a little bit of my journey. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for day 3. Peace. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 3. Won't we, Cindy? High five. Give me a wee cuddle. Come here. Come here. Come here. Go see back at the camera. Back at the camera. See you guys.